Hi friends, welcome to Tutorials Point. In this video, we will be understanding quality management and in that statistical process control. These are all the various subtopics that we will be covering. Need for the SPC and then application feasibility of where we can have the statistical process control, statistical terms, run charts and also certain rules in the SPC that we have to use it when we are going to apply that. We need to understand the purpose of that. So whenever we want to have an efficient control over our process, we need to use the statistical process control. Whereas various application feasibilities that are possible, like if this particular parameter is having a probability of changes, then we need to go ahead for SPC. If we are talking about the critical parameters, then it is highly recommended to use the statistical process control methodology during those kind of things. Again, it depends on two different controls what we can have. One is the automated control, where whenever a thing goes out of the control limits, automatically there would be a corrective action, or there can be manual control also. Means a person will be constantly checking that or monitoring that, and whenever this particular value goes out of the control limit, then this particular person has to manually come and take an action to correct that particular process to make it come within the control limits. There are statistical terms also which we need to understand if we need to be very good at SPC, something like central tendency. And in that there are three possibilities. One is the mean, one more is the median and then mode. Mean means to say it is nothing but an average. If we are having three different values 20, 22 and 24, and if we add all three put together and then divided by 3, we are going to get a value of 22, and that is nothing but mean, it's average. Median means to say if there are certain values and if you arrange that in an ascending order or descending order, the middle value is going to be the median. I can give you an example where there is value like 20, 21 and then 25, and if you arrange that in a sequence, then 21 would be the median value. The mode means to say out of the data that is available with you, what is that specific value that is having high number of repetition. Consider that there are 5 readings with us. One is 20, then 22, then 20, 20 and then 24. So in that case mode would be 20. So whichever number is having a very high repetition, that is nothing but mode. So each of the central tendency we have to see the application and then we have to apply for the usage accordingly. Then from the variability point of view, we need to understand the two different parameters. One is the range and one more is the standard deviation. Range means to say the difference between the highest and the lowest measured values. So if it is lowest range, then we will be having the best for our particular process. Standard deviation means to say that is a deviated value from a specific standard value. So if there is a standard value like this and if we are having a deviation like that, so there is a standard deviation that is going to be there in this particular process, and from that also we can understand the variability of this particular process. So certain things we can understand here, like in a practical level, it makes a lot of sense to implement X median and R chart, because if you implement X median at a shop floor level, they do not need a calculator, so it would be very easy for them to straight away apply this particular thing. In X bar and R chart, of course you need certain other devices like calculator or Excel file, because to calculate average sometimes it can be a very cumbersome process. So depending on the practicality, you can use the tools based on your application like X bar R chart or X median R chart or other ways also. Certain rules we will be understanding here. If you see here, we can see that this is completely out of the control limit. So this becomes as a not okay case. And if you see here, then there is a huge variation between this value and this value. So this is again not so recommended for our process. If you see here, there is an increasing trend. This is little bit dangerous because at some point of time this is going to cross the control limit. This is again the same case, it's coming here, though it is still very much close to the theoretical mean, but this kind of a directional approach in the process variation is not so recommended. This is again very highly unstable, like this it's and all happening, so this is very unstable process. This is relatively a much better process out of all the behavior that we are having. Here we can easily expect what's going to happen and it is much more controllable. So these are all some of the rules which we will be using in the SPC to control our processes, where if we control based on this particular samples data, we can easily control the overall population's output of that particular process. So in conclusion, we understood SPC, why it is needed, and certain rules of applying the SPC. We also talked about statistical terms like central tendency and also variability. That's all in this video. Thank you so much.